Yo, let me tell you a story about a plant nursery that grew from the ground up, and now people won't shut up about their collection and great reputation. So I had to visit and see for myself, because I hear from plant shelf to plant nursery in under a year. Wow. Welcome to the Unsolicited Plant Tour. So the fishtail Hoyas, right? Why do you feel that this is so popular? This is popular even for people who aren't Hoya heads.
In my opinion, two things. Some people like it because of the look. It's just very unique. I mean, it's called, the common name is fishtail for a reason.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Second one, it's not your easiest Hoya to grow. So for collectors, I feel like some people wanted to buy it because they want that challenge. Like, oh, that one's a really hard one to grow. I want to buy it.
That's not the collector I am, for sure. I'm like, that is not me.
It's such a cool species and not the easiest one to grow.
Yeah.
Although when you have it like all established,
yeah.
It's not that bad.
Are there any growing tips for them?
It's bright indirect light. They like more water than most of the Hoyas, specifically leaf Hoya. They are cold growers, so don't put them in a very, very warm area of the house.
Cold growers.
They won't
define that because I don't want somebody throwing.
Yeah, what is cold
snow?
not snow, but they can take as low as like 50, 40 degrees, and they flower when it's like hot in the day and like, kind of like just right before spring. You know how like it's very hot in the day, and then at night it's still cold.
Normally I see them like going in a downward direction, right? Like, should they be going down or should they be trellised?
They like hanging. I haven't seen and I haven't trellised any of them because I feel like the leaves, the way they're structured, I feel like they look, personal preferences. It's all personal preferences. I feel like they look better when they're doing.
Yeah, I would agree.
It looks like a mermaid.
Right, I would agree. It looks nice when they're. Oh yeah, I like them.
They're pretty.
I have to say they're one of the ones that like caught my eye for sure.
Yeah.
And I understood why people like gravitated towards them.
Yeah.
Very nice the structure.
Really like the non-splashy ones because they're so. I mean, you have all those
veins.
I guess veins coming through, and they look like super ridged, and it's cool. I think the shape is super unique.
You got here at the time of propagation. We used to have, like, these were like tall plants, and we started selling a lot of them out already before they get even bigger.
A lot of these here are not established just yet. They're actually cuttings.
They're cuttings.
So that's our krohniana silver or splash, depending on which strain you grab.
I like this. Very, very cool. I think I have one of these. Or at least the common form of whatever this is.
It's actually a loheri. It's not very common.
Okay, never mind. Then I don't.
And yeah, it looks very basic.
Right.
But it's like, oh, that's a different species. I want it.
Right. Yeah.
That's for collectors.
Yeah. Is there anything that Hoyas do to show you that they're headed downhill, as opposed to? Oh, okay.
Just wilting leaves.
Just wilting leaves.
Wilting leaves. One of the things that I wanted to mention, a lot of people do this, and I'm not necessarily saying that, you know, it's a no-no. They like to dry out their plants, and to the point, they call it taco test. What they do is they wait until they can fold the leaves without breaking the leaves, then they water it. Well, it's the same thing as rot, like wet rot. There's also a thing called dry rot, and what it is you're pretty much
it's dead and decay, right?
It's dead and decayed
because of the dryness.
Because it's too dry.
Yeah.
And then you water it, yeah, it perks up because it still has that root system, but you kind of like, instead of like this long, now your root system's like this because you killed the tip.
Right.
So you kind of just want to wait until, I wouldn't wait until it's limp. I would just wait until the media is dry. This is the good thing about husks.
So like, let me see, like, so this one I can tell that, okay, like this one I can tell is limp. Is this limping? It's not.
No.
Okay, that's just the leaf. All right, I have no idea what I'm talking about.
It's just a very, what do you call it, wavy in the
Yeah. Very,
yeah.
very.
So this is called elliptica.
Okay.
Some people call it like the turtle Hoya.
I'm down with this one. Yeah.
They don't like changes. Very easy growers once you have it established.
Yeah.
But they don't like changes. Oh, like one night you had like really low temperature, Oh, it's not gonna be happy with you.
Oh, it's one of the finicky ones.
It's one of those. Oh, you repotted it, even though you didn't really touch the root as much. It's not gonna be happy with you. But you just kind of like let it be.
This one's common, right?
Obovata variegated.
What is this one? Is this common? This is like
common.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
They look like that because they're like I said, they're cuttings.
Yeah.
When you propagate Hoyas, they lose their green sometimes just because they're exhausting all of the chlorophyll, all of the energy that they have. Just be patient with them, and eventually they'll turn back to green.
These are very cool. I gotta say. Yeah.
From Sunny Island.
Super, super cool.
Yeah, they're very cool. They're very rewarding.
This is a funky plant.
You should, yeah, you should explain why they cut like that.
Oh yeah, so
That's really neat.
these are called imbricatas. Some people call them taco Hoyas.
Taco Hoyas.
And they actually climb. They look like scales. They climb on
Yeah.
the wall. So
Okay.
they climb. And the reason why they grow like this when they don't have anything to climb is they're trying to preserve the humidity in there, so that they can grow roots
Oh,
right there.
right. That's a very cool thing.
So they
It's-
create their own humidity.
Yeah,
It's
I
really
think it's one of those
Neat.
plants that there's no in between. It's either you like it or you don't.
Yeah,
It terrifies some people, like, because okay, this is what it looks like if it's climbing on
Yeah.
a wall, and it does look like scale.
I'm fine with it. I'm trying to
Yeah.
wondering if it doesn't climb how I feel about this look. It just
No.
it looks a little bit miserable.
Different.
It's kind of what I want to say.
And the best part, it turns red.
Oh, very cool. Oh, okay. I can see like these climbing up my wall and turning red, and I think that would be very cool.
It kind of reminds me of like the Hoya version of dubias.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know,
yeah,
like how
yeah.
they climb on the
Yeah,
wall.
shinglers. Yeah.
Shinglers, yeah. These are like my rehabs.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm trying to like appreciate the more expensive ones. Just because, well, they cost more. I assume they're like more to appreciate. Okay, so the splash I can appreciate. This thing totally speaks to me, so
Yeah.
so I can definitely appreciate that guy. I'm a little lost here about
It's just
what
a
to.
mixture of everything.
Okay, I'm like, what am I supposed to appreciate from
It's one of
these?
those. So this tray was actually one of those when I was like propagating. They're like broken stem, you know, and all that stuff. And I didn't want to throw them away because I'm a hoarder.
Right.
Okay, so I just stuck them there. I'm like, okay, you're gonna live. And they started living. I don't know what to do.
You're a hoarder?
What?
What?
Where do you get that from?
What?
7,000 plants
Oh my
later.
gosh,
I
this is
know.
crazy.
We, you know, everything just kind of like fell into place.
Yeah,
We didn't.
That's what it seems like. Things like just kind of rolled. It rolled. It just kept rolling.
UPT started with me collecting. So obviously I was a full-time nurse before, and like I feel like I just woke up one day and I'm like, I want plants. So I started collecting plants, and I have this personality where I just want, you know, I just want more and more. And my husband said, well, wait a minute, you're spending way too much. We don't have that much money. So I was like, okay, well, I gotta feed my hobby
Right.
with, you know,
With my hobby.
with my hobby.
Yeah.
So I
yeah.
started selling, and people started asking for more. I'm like, oh, you know what? Like, I can buy some more if I can sell some more. So I started doing that, and I kind of like made a name in the community, which is I'm so grateful. And we just kind of like doing that, and we noticed that there's more and more want, and more want. So I started from a small tent to building that other one.
We started with our kitchen table, and that was around when I couldn't place dinner on the table is when I said,
We
okay,
need-
it's
We need
time
an
to start.
intervention.
It's time to start doing something else, and that's when we got our first little 10x10 grow tent, and that's when she started selling as well, just kind of here and there,
And we built that for my my personal collection. I said, this is all the space I'm gonna need. This is big. Oh my gosh! 3 months later, it was full. It was full. It was
Yeah.
hanging like
Yeah.
I think we decided to start selling a little bit more
yeah, and
actively at that point.
And
though,
that's when
when
I-
we started to fill it up.
yeah, that's when I started selling a little bit more. And I said, okay, you know what? Let's actually do this right. So we did the whole business license thing. We maxed out credit cards.
We
borrowed money from friends, family. I said, we have to make this work. We have to make this work for everybody, for the whole family. And here we are. And he always tells me, and he's actually like, the reason why I feel like we're so successful is because his mantra is always, if you can do something, do it right the very first time.
Right.
So that comes with plants. If I'm gonna sell plants, I wanted to make sure that I sell established quality plants.
Right.
Because they will speak for themselves. I know it looks big to a lot of people, but I still see this as like my private home, like my private collection.
Yeah.
It's very like, it's very homey. I don't know how to explain it. Like sometimes I walk in here at night to switch over some propane or something. It's like 11 o'clock at night and I'm just like, I just want to stay in here for a bit.
This is probably very, very personal.
Yeah.
I think
to
that's
you guys,
the biggest thing for us. It's
That's a
like
good way to say it.
Yeah, personal.
we put so much time and effort.
Right.
Alright guys, if you enjoyed the content, please like and subscribe. See you on the next episode. Till next time, happy planting.